On today's episode, we're going to be doing a tool review on the WORX Nitro Power Share, which is actually a battery operated tool that comes with 5 different types of attachment. The first attachment is the hedge trimmer. The second attachment is chainsaw. The blade edger is the third one. You have the brush cutter for heavy duty cutting, and you have the standard string trimmer. So stay tuned for this tool review. Welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, please consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. We'd like to say thank you to WORX for sponsoring today's video and providing us with this tool for us to review and test out. So WORX provides us with these 2 batteries that attaches on both sides of the tool, and it also has this eco function where you can choose to save power along the way as you use the tool. You can also get this optional extension pole that allows you to reach on higher places, which I'll be able to show you that in a bit. But first, let's test out this hedge trimmer. Let's attach it with this extension, and as you can see, when you measure it from the trigger, it is about 6 feet, and this attachment pole is 3 feet addition to that. It comes with this handle, and WORX also gives you these tools for you to attach. So let's test out this hedge trimmer on this maple tree right in front of my house. It hasn't been shaped in a while, so this is actually the perfect time for us to test out this hedge trimmer. And with the big teeth on this hedge trimmer, it cuts it out real well, cuts like butter, and pretty much cuts it out effortlessly. The only thing that I have is that it's kind of heavy on the bottom side because of the 2 batteries. But with the handle that they provide and the strap that you can use to put on your shoulder, I think you'll be able to take off most of that weight off your arms. Now let's take out that hedge trimmer and attach the extension pole so that we can get higher onto that maple tree. And it's fairly easy to do. Again, it's just attach and then pretty much just tighten it with those levers. You can tackle a little bit higher on that tree, and you can actually bend this to 45, 90 degrees, different type of angles so that you can meet those needs. And actually my wife wanted to try this out, and she was going to town. She was actually having fun cutting this. But again, with the added weight with the extension pole, it does take a little bit of toll on your arms. So you'll probably end up having to rest that on your hip or your thigh. And with that, you can also use a step ladder to get to the very top to get those finishing touches. Now I really like this part where you can actually do a 90-degree adjustment on this, like what you see right here. And with that, I can finally finish off my design right here with the mushroom look that I'm trying to go for with my maple tree, and get that nice flush bottom with that 90-degree turn. And with that, I think it's very clever and very nice of WORX to do this type of adjustment, because you can get it onto this type of angle and it works really well. And I actually enjoyed cutting this on this type of angle and just walking around this tree and trimming it on the nice flat bottom. And as you can see, it did very good job on it. It did really well, and it shaped out just the way I wanted it. And yeah, there you have it, the after results. And with that being said, you can check the power as you go. If you test out the battery, we got 3 bars left. Now let's test out the chainsaw attachment. This is a 10-inch chainsaw, and it has a reservoir for the bar chain oil. As you can see right there, I'm going to be using the Husqvarna from my 455 chainsaw, and I'm just going to be using it because it's chainsaw bar chain oil, so works perfectly, and you can use that for this unit as well. Now with the WORX strap and this attached, let's go test it out with the non-attachment first. But we'll use this attachment first, and we'll use the extension pole later. And again, it reaches up to 5 feet to the tip of that chainsaw. We're going to tackle this 1.5 to 2 inch diameter branches, and let's see how well this cuts. Now the first cuts very effortlessly, cuts like butter. I really like how easy it is just to cut it like that. It's just so effortless that you can just go to town and just pretty much just keep cutting. And it's very fun to use. Now let's go test out the extension pole, and so we can get a little bit higher onto this other maple tree that I have on the left side of my house. And you can see that it ranges up to 95 inches in height, and we can get a little bit higher on top of those branches. Very effortlessly you can cut those, and I'm actually going to be trying out some 4 to 5 inches branches later on. This one is about 4 inches in diameter. Now this is a little bigger tree that I have on in my property, and I'm trying to test this out to the max. And let's go and test this out, and I'm gonna cut out a 5 diameter branch later on after I cut this one. And let's go test it out on this 5-inch diameter branch up here at the top. And as you can see, it does have a little bit of lag on some places, but this, you know, as once you get it going, it will cut nice and smoothly. And as you can see, that is a 5-inch diameter branch, and it cut it out real nice, real easy. Again, I don't want to be going up there, and it's actually dangerous to use my 20-inch chainsaw up in the ladder, which you shouldn't do anyways. So this is actually a perfect tool to get those really high spots, especially with that extension post. Really helpful. And you can take out the casing on this to do cleanup if you want to take out and do some adjustment and change out the chain. And it also has an adjustment to tighten and to apply to tighten that chain, because over time it will start sagging, and with that easy tool that they provide, you can start tightening that with that little tensioner on the bottom. Easy as that. Now let's go test out the edger. This is probably one of my favorite attachment on this tool. It has 2 blades on there, and it comes with a little wheel. And this is actually my parents' lawn, and we wanted to test it out here. My dad's actually loving it because it does really clean cuts on the edges. It's just very effortlessly cuts through there. The wheel attachment does a really nice job of stabilizing the blade. And you can see right there from before to after, the edges look nice and crisp. This is the before one on the other side of my parents' lawn, and my dad is just trying it out now. And yeah, very effortlessly, the wheel, the weight goes to the wheel, and you pretty much just walk with it like you're walking a dog. So now we're going to test out the inside lawn so we can have that nice clean line that runs through between the little tiny bushes right there, the boxwood. Is that what you call those bushes? But so it has a nice separation and distinction between the mulch and the grass. And as you can see, it's starting to do its work. Again, this is one of my favorite attachments for this, and I think it's way worth it to get this attachment. And there you have it nice and clean so far. We haven't actually swept up anything yet. We're just cutting out and just edging up all, making those nice straight cuts. So if you compare it to the neighbor's lawn, which you see right there, yeah, I think we should go over there and give them a nice fresh cut, but ours is looking pretty good. Now we have the brush cutter. This is for the heavier brushes, like what you see here with the thicker brush. It works really well for clearing out all this bushes that just pretty much overgrowth if you have any. This one we tested out by the mailbox, and it cuts really well if you have a lot of brushes and a lot of all this overgrowth in your property. And the last one that we're gonna test out is the standard string trimmer. I do have a gas powered trimmer, and this works just as it was a gas powered, a lot quieter too. So I really like it. All you gotta do is press down to relieve some of the string. Again, if you press down on the top, or you can just smack this on the ground, it will relieve that string, and you can continue on cutting on right there. And it does reach underneath the tiny little bushes, and by the arbor cleans up real well. Again, you don't have to use every one of these attachments. They all come separately. WORX sells them separately. So check out their website. Check out my link down below. I have every one of these products available if you're interested. And just choose the right attachment for you and which one works for your lawn. You don't have to get all of them, but again, try each one of them because they work really well. So again, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe and press that notification bell so you can always be in tune with more product reviews on this channel. Thank you so much for tuning in.